Hey everybody, and welcome to the Daily Card Read for Monday, the 30th of March of 2026. From the Occult Tarot deck, as always with these, take a resonance if it doesn't. Like, comment, share, follow, subscribe. And as always, Randy Morningstar 747 on TikTok, the Mintaka Experience on Facebook, and YouTube is Randy Mintaka 93. I think Randy Morningstar 747 is TikTok, if I haven't said that already. I'm a little slow today. If you watch my week ahead video, you'll see why I'm so slow. I'm not going to sit here and explain it again. So, we'll have one card for morning, one card for the noon, and one card for the nighttime. Morning is midnight till the afternoon, and evening time, nighttime is evening time until midnight on the 31st. I don't want that many cards. Come on, guys. Okay, so we have the Barbados card, which is the Ten of Pentacles upside down. I believe I pronounced his name wrong. I think it's Barbatos. Any demon occultist can correct me down below in the pronunciation bar, please. Okay, so what I'm getting is there's instability due to feeling incomplete, due to not being the main breadwinner, due to scarcity mindset. So someone that doesn't think they have the money, doesn't think that they'll get out of the situation, doesn't know how to get out of the situation, doesn't see why they have to worry about the situation and get anything going, isn't too worried about finances or housing or anything like that, but complains an awful lot about housing and finances for someone who doesn't care. It's one of those kind of things, like they say they don't care, but then they're the only ones complaining about it the whole time. And you only mention it when they say it, and then all of a sudden you're complaining when you're just keeping the conversation going with what they said first. Make sure that you are fully aware of mumbling and unspoken words, because mumbles and passive aggression like that can be very telling when it comes to like motives and like reading between the lines and like intent and stuff like that. Let's see. Refusing to understand someone or not understanding someone and then blaming someone else besides yourself for not understanding. So like if you said something to me and I said it's your fault, I didn't understand you, even though you explained it perfectly, and it was just I didn't agree with what you said, so therefore you must have said something wrong. Kind of something like that. Or like this morning, I have a perfect example. My guides went silent, and somehow the person translating said it was my fault the guides went silent because they didn't understand silence was the message. So because the interpreter didn't said that, oh, they went silent, and I don't understand silence, therefore it's your fault. That is what you're watching for. Something along those lines. Not like exactly like that, but something that makes about as much logical sense as that. So it's like, what? It makes you really think and try to gaslight yourself. Don't let yourself be gaslit by that kind of shit. It's not worth it. There's a lot of superficiality, a lot of overwork, a lot of blind devotion required from someone. Like someone is just expecting you to follow them blindly and just go by their actions, not listen to anything they say, and then when you do listen to what they say, you better listen good because they're not going to repeat it, but they want you to repeat because they didn't hear you, but if you don't hear them the first time, then you just weren't listening and you're not good enough, and it's no wonder you don't have any friends, and oh my god, why are you still talking, shut up, oh, but don't shut up because silence triggers me. I'm sure I'm not the only one dealing with that if it's coming up again when I made the boundary not to make this personal. So obviously this is to someone else as well. Hiding treasure, hidden secrets, hidden agendas, secret plans, unspoken boundaries, and unspoken bonds. Non-verbal guides and beings, like one of my altars, Bunny, can be highly affected on Monday the 30th. Looks like a lot of passive aggression, a lot of cynicism, narcissistic abuse due to not wanting to take accountability, due to feeling ashamed, due to feeling controlled, due to feeling oppressed. When no one's really oppressing you, you're just perceiving it that way. You are creating the situation, then complaining about it, and when given solutions, turning down those solutions to then turn around and say those exact same solutions, have them work and be like, that was my plan all along. And you're going to lose friends like that, kid. You are. In fact, I believe one of us is about to walk away from that. Even if it's not me. Nine of Cups. There's the wish card. So unlike on Sunday, or on the week ahead, we got this on the right side. So we have logical thoughts, learning ethics, learning value of stones, and the metaphysical properties. So, like learning birthstones, like diamond and bloodstone and sapphire and ruby and emerald and jade and pearls and garnets and amethysts and paradox and all that other fun. Like learning the value of that and not just saying that you know the value, but actually like clearing it and accepting it and learning with it, not expecting it to do all of your work for you. You can't just carry a bunch of stones and be like, I'm going to be rich because I'm carrying a bunch of jade. It doesn't work like that. You need to be able to not only carry the stones around, but harness the energy, talk to them, create a bond with them, be consistent. Because like us humans, they have an energy frequency. It may not be a living frequency to most people, but there are a frequency in much of anything. It's a bunch of science, a lot of physics, a lot of binary codes, a lot of zeros and ones. You can look at this from a teleportation perspective or a logical perspective or a science perspective. But either way, ethics is needed. Stay ethical. It is not ethical to go to a business for personal injury lawyer and expect them to win a disability case. Be able to go to an interpreter and then get mad at the interpreter for having to take a breath before signing the next word. You can't get mad at stuff like that. You need to grow some patience. You can't just say, I love you, I want to get married to you, and then have one of their altars in their DID system or part of them go, would you still love me if I was a worm? And you go, no! Well, then you just literally just told them you don't love all of them. You just love the idea of what you had in store for them. Get to know somebody before saying that. That's a red flag if someone is appearing strong when you ask a question like that and they crumble. Some people may look strong but be weak. Some people may not be as they appear. Weightlifting and deadlifting can help. Practicing dead weights and pull-ups and with your physical health. Taking physical health and science into account. So physics, botany, biology, chemistry, geology, geometry, archaeology, forensic sciences as well. Helping one to be intelligent and long-lived. So work on your intelligence, work on your lifespan. If someone is shortening your lifespan by smoking cigarettes around you, or stressing you out, or calling you a dumbass bitch one day and then telling you you're smart the next, or telling you that it's okay to do something and then turning around and pulling it back, or promising the moon to you and then not delivering it. You need to get out of that situation because it's just a toxic cycle that shows them, even if they don't follow through with their words, you're not going to leave. There's no punishment for them. There's no downfall for them. You're still around giving them attention like they want. It's just got to be on their terms. And that kind of spiritual narcissism and emotional narcissism from those that you have rose-colored glasses for is going to hinder progress. There might be someone that's holding something over you heavily. like a divorce or a breakup or a habit that you have. Or you might be like one-sided polyamorous where, oh, I want to be able to flirt with other girls online, but you need to be with only me, and if you even so much as look at another dick, we're through, kind of a deal. You need to be able to work through all of that. Overworking yourself in the gym to ignore daily responsibilities and escape tactics can be seen as well. So just be aware of that. Recovering lost items and finding treasures that you once lost can be very helpful and may be happening within the day as well on one day. It may not come in the way you expect, so you may gain a home, you may gain an insight, you may gain clarity, you may gain a win in a court case, or a new insight on how your destructive behavior changed your life, or whatever the case may be. It looks like wishing and manifesting hopes, dreams, and desires takes a lot of deep thought and deep contemplation. So do a lot of self-reflection within yourself. And then we have the King of Pentacles for the last card. So what we have is that there's going to be a time to sit down, time to rest from working hard, working diligently, being devoted, staying committed, being emotionally mature, sticking to your word, fulfilling each and every promise, turning every stone over, not leaving any stone unturned, making amends, closing gates that don't need to be open anymore, opening doors for those that need it, seeking gratitude and appreciation rather than seething on hate and resentment and bitterness. Being able to finally sit down after a long, hard day at court or work or family or cleaning up or moving things around or penetrating the ground with like a jackhammer or archaeological discovery. It looks like there's a lot of like moving around with one's arms to where you need to like sit down and rest. Hand-eye coordination activities throughout the day will help you relax during the nighttime. Alchemy, metal alchemy, alchemizing metal into gold. High offices and titles can be given and promoted, and high offices and titles might be showing up to you like Balder or Lucifer or Loki or Samedi or Athena or Demeter or Bastet or Isis or many, many others that I'm not going to be able to sit here and name out thousands of gods and goddesses. So I apologize, but anybody up there, high end. Not the low-level demons, but the higher ones. The Ars Goetia, especially within the first 36. Answering questions about past, present, and future can happen within like the afternoon. Between like 12 and 10:28 p.m. You may not want to ask people that you know in the physical. You may want to just do this yourself and do some self-reflection as requested by the Nine of Cups. Just so you don't get like spiritual narcissists telling you what you want to hear, or you don't have a friend getting scorned and finding out that you're leaving, or you don't ask your boss for advice on how to quit his job, or whatever the case may be. You don't go to a clock and complain that it's broken, kind of a deal. But if you don't tell them first, then they're not going to know. But if you think that going above their head first in order to solve it would be wiser because you feel like they'll take it as a personal threat. If you tell them directly, go for it. But it looks like blind faith, no communication, and no action. not acting on the words you say, saying something meaning another, not saying anything, not doing anything. A lot of passiveness is a lot of like losing trust because you say one thing and do another, or you don't say anything at all, or you don't do anything at all, or you both don't say and both don't do anything at all. And then you turn around and go, well, what was I supposed to do? And then you had either already said what you were going to do, or you come up with a plan later that you could have worked had you done it. But then it's too late by that point. So thinking about things when it's too late is not helpful. You need to get out of that habit. That's the only habit I can think of right now. But that's what I get for the 30th, Monday, March of 2026 for the collective. So always with these, though, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Thanks for joining.